Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for checking us out. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe and check out our other videos if it's something that interests you. So people have said several times, can this movie save the DCEU? Can this director save the DCEU? Does the DCEU need saving? All that kind of stuff. And a while back there were rumors and stuff that Matthew Vaughn was in talks, as they say, to work to do Man of Steel sequel, Man of Steel 2. And when that had came out, he had said that he would, if he ever did a Superman movie, that he would do like a modern day version of the Richard Donner, Christopher Reeve Superman movies. In my opinion, I don't see how that would work in modern day. There was just a different time, a different Superman. They tried that with Superman Returns with Brandon Routh, and it did not work. It was a flop I'm sorry, not to be rude. I don't mind him as an actor. He was fine. It was just the story, and no, it wasn't a good Superman movie, especially after not having one for decades. But, like, why would you want to do the same thing over again? Like, someone already... It's just leave that as the classic Superman movie, and then do something new that's more relevant to this time in this age. But anyway, let's see what he said more recently. He said, I do love the world of DC, and I've been talking to them at the moment about a few things. It's more fun getting involved with franchises. When they're on the down, because then it's easier to make a good film. So if I got involved with a few of the superhero films out there that have been disappointing, it's gonna be, if I do okay, it'll probably be better. So in other words, there's not as much pressure when people have been disappointed with these movies so far, and there's not as big, you know, you don't have such big shoes to fill, and, you know, people might not have such high expectations and stuff like that. So it's easier to make a movie that people will like if they've been disappointed before. That's what he's basically saying. And then he went on to talk about when he did X-Men. He said, when I did X-Men, there was, you know, a pretty low bar. X-Men 3, no offense, was not a fantastic piece of work. It's much more fun saving and reinventing something. I'd be more intimidated trying to do a new Guardians of the Galaxy, for example. So, yeah, kind of what I was saying. If I was going to do Batman, there's no point doing The Dark Knight because it's been done to perfection. If I was doing Batman, I'd go, Christ, let's bring out the Adam West version. I'm not interested in copying somebody else's take on the genre. Which kind of contradicts what he said about Batman, because he said he would rather do, or what he would like to do is a Christopher Reeve Richard Donner type of movie, which that's not reinventing something or doing something new, that's copying someone else's take. So kind of contradicts himself there. But then he says, I've got to figure out what I'm doing next, and I feel like flexing a muscle which I haven't used before. And I filmed quite a few superhero movies. So kind of back, you know, it's kind of hard to tell what if he wants to get involved with the DCEU, if he doesn't want to get involved because he's done superhero movies before and he wants to do something different. I don't know, it's kind of hard to tell. Even though he says that he's in talks with them to do a few things, it's kind of like, well, do you want to do it or not? So I guess we won't know until there's some kind of official announcement, if he does end up getting signed on to do one or more movies. Like I said, I don't really see the point in doing something that's already been done before. You know, the Superman that we got in Man of Steel and BVS was, yes, part of his character arc into Justice League, but it was a different Superman. It was a different take on his character, and you know, whether some people love it or hate it, it was still something different that we haven't seen before with Superman. And same goes with Batman and BVS. He was definitely different. I mean, Batman's always been a dark character. He's not going to be a light-hearted, you know, that's just who Batman is. But, you know, this Batman just was a little farther down the line. Batman's always on a slippery slope of crossing the line into being almost a villain, sort of. So, you know, those were definitely risks that were taken with those movies, as far as doing something, you know, pushing the limits, pushing the envelope with those characters. And I don't want a I'm sorry, I just don't want a modern day version of Christopher Reeves. Like, leave that for back then. Save those for, let those be his movies. You don't have to do the same thing again. Like, I don't understand. And like I said with Superman Returns, it was not successful. Yeah, it got a high Rotten Tomato score, but obviously that doesn't make a difference because it didn't make any money. I don't know. It wasn't successful. It could have been so much better after decades of not having a Superman movie. And, you know, Brandon Routh is fine. I don't mind him as an actor. I didn't mind him as Superman, but the movie was just not good, in my opinion. So, I don't know. Like I said, he kind of contradicts himself. Don't do that. Because he said if he was doing Batman, then, you know, he wouldn't want to copy someone else's take on it. But if he's doing Superman, he would kind of want to do the same thing as someone else. So, I don't know. Like I said, we won't really know unless or until there is some kind of official announcement. We haven't even really heard anything about Man of Steel 2, except for the little bit that Henry Cavill said at the Ace Comic-Con recently, where he said that they are working on it. But, you know, hopefully now that Justice League is out, we will hear something soon about that movie. As far as a release year, it hasn't been mentioned on any of the slates, which I wasn't surprised because, you know, they wanted him to, I think they just wanted him to come back in Justice League first, and then see, you know, how they wanted to prioritize it based on people's response and stuff like that. And plus, it'd be kind of weird to give details about his movie before he comes back in Justice League, so it makes sense that they haven't revealed it on any of the slates yet. But hopefully, in the near future, they will have something to tell us about it, because you know, as much as I think I'm not gonna probably like it as much as I love Man of Steel, I'm still really, like, interested to see what they're doing with it, and, you know, where it's gonna go from here with his character. I do hope to see him in Shazam, though, so I hope it doesn't take until the Man of Steel 2 movie for us to see Superman. I would like to see him in Shazam. I think it would be, I think it would work well for the movie. I mean, we don't really know too many details about the specific plot, but it is Shazam's origin movie, and I know a lot of people are thinking, like, a fan theory is that those kids in the beginning of Justice League that are recording Superman with their phone and talking to him are like the Shazam kids. So that would be a cool way to tie that in, and, you know, it would be cool to see Superman as like a mentor person for Shazam, since they're essentially like the same character in a lot of ways. They're very similar, and yeah, I think that would be a good place to see him before we see him in his next solo movie. But yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about today. Tell me what you think about those comments that Matthew Vaughn made. Would you like to see him direct Man of Steel 2? Would you like him to do, or him or any other director, would you like a more modern day version of the Christopher Reeves Superman movie? Or do you think that they should stick kind of with, you know, just do something different? Don't do that again. So let me know what you guys think about that, and check out the links in the description. Thanks guys again for watching, and we'll see you next time.